Hello everyone. Since the test server released on global, I plan on helping you guys better understand gauntlets and how the weapon works in PvE PvP. Let's start with stat building. Looking at this chart from xScale, the biggest thing to understand is that precision and crit are first priority. So you're aiming for 98% precision and 78% crit. Hitting these numbers matters more than stacking additional damage stats. However, if you only care about PvP, then only go for 70% plus crit, because the arena talents can help you gain the remaining crit. So use those extra substats for more damage. T0 substats are your divine lines. These should be your first priority whenever possible. Everything else is in order, T1 being more important than T3, etc. Now for Innerways. For casual everyday PvE, we'll focus on using these above. The gold Innerway helps with Gauntlet's charge skill, allowing for more damage from the skill, and Heaven's Will refund if you miss the charge skill. The purple class Innerway helps with Heaven's Will regeneration, so you can use charge skill more often. Moral Chant and Invigorated Warrior are damage buffs that are consistent and easy to maintain. You can also use Breaking Point for speedruns, or if you can easily maintain the T6 effect. Thankfully for PvP, gauntlets do not require any mandatory Innerways, so you can use builds like these above. Or change the Innerways based on your secondary weapon. For Attunements is quite simple. Disc is flexible based on secondary weapon. You can also just do Fist Pen or Tenacity on special skill, if you aren't interested in your secondary weapon attunements. For your pendant, you want Fist Pen, or an attunement for your secondary weapon. For your weapons, I think the options are obvious. Vitality on Execute should always be there. I think having Endurance Restore is second best, because all the dodging you do with your weapon. Set bonus you would usually use is the Gauntlet main set or Hawkwing. I say Hawkwing because if you have Nameless Spear as a secondary weapon, then you want 20% affinity for the max endurance. That affinity will help maximize the value of Hawkwing. That's pretty much it. Attunements on gear is based on preference, so I don't think I need to cover that. Just make sure you get charge skill damage for PvE. For Mystic Skills, I think it's straightforward. You can use these above with only Leaping Toad as your flexible Mystic slot. You can replace Leaping Toad with Golden Body, or use the new Mystics that came out for Gap Closers. Just choose whatever suits your playstyle. For PvE Mystic Skills, you only care about 3 things: Soaring Spin, Leaping Toad, and Flute of the Tides. That's pretty much it. Now let me show you guys the PvE rotation for daily use. Now let's get into some of the basics of Gauntlet. First being its dodge. With Gauntlet, you have Tenacity on perfect dodge. This allows for back-to-back dodging without getting hit. If you're still worried about getting hit, just block and dodge. This dodge will help against tenacity matchups, because you yourself have tenacity during dodges. So when you get a perfect dodge, your light attack skill changes. It goes from a fist symbol to someone attacking. When the symbol changes after a perfect dodge, you get access to light counter. This light attack can teleport you to the enemy. You can combo off of it, and it has the same stagger priority as martial skills. There's a 1-second timer before the symbol disappears, so make sure to press light attack quickly after a dodge. The range is way farther than people think, but you can catch them off guard with it. And yes, you can combo off of it. Just like every skill in the game, there is a maximum distance they can go to. Light counter also has a max distance, so be careful. Now for basic attacks. You want to use light attack when the hit counter is at 5 to catch enemies. You can also use H1 to lunge your character and continue combos if the enemy is slightly far. This means you can use Dragon Breath, then use H1 to continue the combo. Look at the lunge with A5. It's actually quite far. This reach can definitely catch people off guard, so make sure to get comfortable with it. There are a few infinite loops you can do, the most comfortable ones being just spamming heavy attack. And another funny one is just spamming H1 into A1. One thing to keep in mind is, the stagger of H2 and H4 are the same, and the stagger is long enough to do slow skills on, so you can do combos like this. Alright, so the first part of the martial skill has two forms. First is when you're at melee distance to the enemy, and the second is when you're far away. Here's how it looks. After pressing Q1, you have 4 seconds to press Q2. Q2 has a back hop during its animation. This allows it to be used as a dodge. Now, you do not have to instantly press Q2 in order to combo off of Q1. You can mix in some skills to bait out Serene Breeze, and then use Q2 to dodge it or reset neutral. Now, if you want to combo off of Q2, you have to parry cancel it after you summon the birds. The stagger of Q2 is extremely long, so you can pretty much combo with anything. Here are some examples. The stagger of special skill is long too. This means you can do soaring spin after, or almost any skill depending on the distance. These are just a few examples. One cool trick you can do is to use the charge skill from gauntlets to mix up your catches. It's similar to doing light attacks in the air and then suddenly attacking the enemy. Alright, that's pretty much it. Half of my information was from the Bamboo Cut Archive server, so special thanks to them, and I'll make sure to have their server link in the description. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. Bye-bye.